So the tree map as well is similar to the pie chart and is good for showing proportions of a whole, just like the pie chart. All right, let's look at a case where we want to look at our subcategory by sales. So if you take our subcategory directly to the text, so these are all our subcategories. And if you take our sales and we drag that to the size, so instantly you have a tree map. All right. And you can see it seems shares is the highest. We can tell by the size, as you can see, compared to the fasteners, art, and supplies, share has a bigger size. All right. So, what if we want to look at this by color as well? So, if we drag our sales to color, and you can see immediately we can spot these two to be the top two. All right. So this is how to build a tree map. You can now, enhance this visual by bringing other attributes as well. So you can say, you want to see the label for the sales amount as well. In that case, you can drag your sales to label. You can drag your profits to label, and you can have more insight into the questions you're trying to answer. All right. So next, we'll look at the map. All right, I'm going to name this as tree map. And let's look at map. Let's do some geography. All right, so in your data, if you have some geographic fields like country, your state, your city, what Tableau automatically does in the background once you pull in that data into Tableau is that Tableau goes through them and is able to, through the metadata, it's able to tell that you have some, um, geographic fields and it assigns some role to them and it automatically generates the longitude and the latitude as well for those fields, right? So in this case, in our Superstore sample data, we have some location data, all right? Country, region, state, city, and postal codes. All right, so for our country, you can see what is common to all of them is that we have this globe-like icon, right? So if I click on that and just go to geographic role, you will see that this country stroke region feed has been assigned a country stroke region geographic role. All right, so if we check for city, so city as well, if I click on the icon, you can see that city as well has been assigned uh, a city role. So if you have the name of airport as well, airports are also being assigned uh, geographic roles in Tableau. All right, but in this case, we just work with states in this case. So what we can do, we can build a map in several ways, right? The most easiest one is that you just double click on that geographic field. Let's say state, for instance. So if I double click on my sales, I just did. You wait a second, and you're going to have this. All right, so you have an instant map of the states that we have within your data. In this case, I have the state in the United States. All right, so let's say we want to see. Well, I think in this data we have two countries. So I'm going to filter this down by dragging country to filter. Let me do that again. So I'm dragging country to the filter, and I'm going to uncheck Canada to only have United States. So I'll click OK. All right. So now we have the states in the United States. All right. Let's see how our sales performed. Uh, so if I drag my sales to size, and we can tell now by size. All right. And that is what makes a distinction between the two map types that we have in Tableau, right? I think three. So we have density map as well, and we have the symbol map and the field map as well. All right. So, but in this case, what we have on the screen right now is a symbol map. All right. And by symbol, we are talking about the circle-like shape. All right. So in this case, I dragged my cells to the sides. And what we are trying to see is that we want to see if I increase this, where the sales, you can see the larger the circle, the higher the sales. So California is at 450 plus, while Idaho is at 4,000 plus, right? Immediately we can spot that we have more sales in California as compared to Oklahoma or Texas. All right, so that's how a uh, symbol map works. So if we wanted to use a field map instead, you could click on the drop down that says automatic and go to your map. All right, so now we have the field map. But in this case, you can see that even though I have my sales on the size max pad, you can see it's not functional. All right, so for a field map, all you have to do, it doesn't work with size. You have to drag that to color instead. So now we can see the variation from the color, the state with the deeper shade of blue. In this case, uh, they suggest that it means that we have uh, higher sales in there. So California as well, we can compare uh, y- to Texas as well. All right. So in this case, we can enhance this by showing the label, click on label, then show the max label, it's showing uh the sales amount. To override that, you can say, I want to see the name of the state instead. So you drag your state to label and you can adjust the size, and still put in the sales as well and adjust the size to be a little bit smaller.